Welcome along then to the place where heroes and history are made. It's where the 2008 title was decided in the final corner. And it's the place, a year later, that Jenson Button stormed through from 14th on the grid to claim his one and only Drivers' Championship. It's Interlagos, and it's time for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Interlagos, always a very special race here in Brazil. It's a 2.7-mile circuit with 9 lefts and 6 rights for a total of 15 corners. The fastest lap today should have an average speed of around 135 miles per hour, if, of course, the weather stays dry until the end of the Grand Prix. Anthony Davidson joins me once again in the commentary box, and it's fantastic to have you with us here today, but I'm curious, as a man with experience out on the track, how do you stop those pre-race nerves from becoming overwhelming when you're lining up on the grid?
But from the moment qualifying's over, you start to feel the adrenaline in your body build up and the buzz in your stomach as you anticipate the rundown into turn 1. It's all a bit like going into battle, and the unknown situation makes you nervous. Those pre-race nerves are a good thing. The day you don't have them means that you don't care anymore. And of course you have to make sure that all the procedures are second nature to you so that they're not taking up too much of your capacity.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Davis lines up on pole position, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Hamilton, Verstappen, Lando Norris. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. And Bottas, Raikkonen, Ricciardo. They've taken a grid penalty. Giovinazzi and Pierre Gasly. Stroll, Tsunoda. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. And Guan Yu Zhou and Fernando Alonso. Vettel, Ocon, Mick Schumacher and Nicholas Latifi. Russell, Mazepin, Sainz and Charles Leclerc completes today's grid order. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. The car behind is dropping back by about 3/10 a lap. This is your final lap of the race. You're increasing the gap on the car behind by 0.5 per lap. You worked hard for that one. Congratulations.
Another superb Brazilian Grand Prix comes to an end, and it's a thoroughly deserved victory. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
A show-stopping performance from the three drivers approaching the podium right now. It's been an interesting Grand Prix, that's for sure.